Dave, first, just with the offense and kind of seeing multiple guys get quality at bats, what did you kind of see from them today?
I think tonight it was just consistent 1 through 9. Really good at bats, squaring the baseball up, taking walks, running the bases, and just team offense. And obviously, you know, JD with the big homer 2 nights in a row, and then Freddie gave us a little bit of distance with his homer, but just all in all, really positive.
For Jason, that home run was his first off a breaking pitch in 2 years, and when I talked to him about it, he was obviously really excited. He was like, let's go, but just what are you seeing from him offensively, getting more and more good results?
I think with Jason, it's just a sign of a veteran hitter where I thought he started off well, then hit a lull, and then he started kind of expanding a little bit a few weeks ago. And the last 2.5 weeks, I think he's kind of got back into his nitro zone and very prepared, and now it's kind of hunting his zone. And tonight was a perfect example.
What's been different about JD these 17 games since he's come off the IL? I think it's 8 homers now this month.
I don't know the difference. I know that he feels good, body feels good. You know, he had some bad ones early. A lot of spin was getting him, but they made a mistake with the fastball, and he took advantage of it. Same thing he did last night. You know, he just has a knack for getting big hits, and I think he's second in baseball in slug, and it's just nice to have a presence in there, hitting right, hitting left, and he's a force.
Can you guys kind of envision like what your lineup would look like without Justin Turner and sort of replacing him? How sort of perfectly has JD kind of
He's been perfect. It's really hard to replace a guy like Justin, but to have a guy in there that is a professional hitter, like I said, that can hit right and left, it just makes more sense for a lineup. If your DH can do that, you can put him in the middle of the order every night. But the ability for us to platoon guys gives us also some matchups too, and those guys, to their credit, David and Jason are doing a heck of a job too.
Did that game get a little hairier than you thought it would be in the top of the 7th?
Yeah, it did. Alex wasn't good tonight. You know, I just felt it was a good run for him, a good opportunity for him to get back into the swing of things. Tony tonight, and as far as Alex, you know, they were just balls that were just up in the zone. The fastball, the velocity was fine, just didn't seem like it had that life. Was secondary was non-existent, and as far as Tony, I thought from the first pitch he didn't have much tonight. And so tonight was just a gritty performance. There was a lot of hard outs, and so for me, just to make sure that we keep him healthy and strong, I felt that that was the time to pull the chute. And he wanted to stay in there like I would expect, but you know, it's not only the short term, but it's the long term that I got to kind of appreciate.
Was it more stuff, man? Like what were you?
It was both. It was both. He was working behind hitters, the breaking ball, curveball up in the zone a lot, the changeup, missing arm side, fastball wasn't commanded. So he did a good job of getting outs when he needed to, but certainly not his best stuff.
Seemed like your defense helped him out a little.
It did. Munson made a couple nice plays. Mookie is just a special athlete. He looks like an all-star second baseman over there. The Jay Hay ball coming in was a big play, and the Peralta ball down the line made a nice sliding catch. Alman had a lot of running today. So, yeah, I think all in all, the defense was really good too.
And kind of back to JD, obviously he didn't want to get injured. Did you do that time off to maybe help him reset a little bit?
You know, he does a good job of taking care of himself, but the back is paralyzing. And so for us to get ahead of it, give him a breather, get his body back, so he feels healthy, and now I just feel like I can run him out there every day.
And then you mentioned he's second, so number 1 is Freddie Freeman.
No, number 1 is a Judge.
Well, in the National League.
Sorry.
Number 1 in the National That's in the National League.
Got good sources.
Are you amazed seeing him? Like,
I am. You know, he just, it seems like every time he touches the baseball, it's 100 miles an hour. And then Freddie, you know, he can drive in a run, he doesn't give away a pitch, and then he hits a homer when he needed to. So there's nothing he does that surprises me, but it's certainly great to get that consistent production from JD as well.
Is today just a routine day off for Will?
Yeah, just the 3 games. There's a day game tomorrow, so he was going to play 2 of 3, so he'll be there tomorrow with Noah.
You know, a month ago he missed time with a concussion, and it seemed like your lineup really suffered for not having him in there on a daily basis. Whereas now you can run 4 or 5 deep there at the top. What kind of transformation have you seen where you have just more faith in more guys?
Well, it's nice when guys are performing, but Will is a cog, is a very important piece of this puzzle, and you know, it showed when he wasn't in the lineup how we play, the win-loss, and when he's in there, what we do. So to get him in there to stabilize and rotate the lineup, but yeah, you can't play him every day.
Dave, given the offseason for your losses, all the in-season injuries, for you guys to have the best record in the National League here, going into May 31st, best run differential, despite all of it, I mean, just what do you make of the team and what they've done so far?
Yeah, it's the guys in the clubhouse. This is a very close group. I was talking today to Bob Guerin, and how we've never had a group collectively that practices the way that we practice, mainly on the defensive side. And that's the sacrifice that guys make playing for each other, the pitcher and preventing runs, and they take it seriously. So it's no surprise, you know, where we're at with the win-loss, but there's a lot of baseball to play.
Obviously, this organization is kind of known for, you know, reloading, never rebuilding, but does it even, you know, evade you sometimes how seamlessly, you know, year to year over year, that you guys just keep going?
You know, when you look back, it's pretty impressive, but, you know, with the 26, 40 guys we have in a given year, our guys do a great job of being ready when called upon. So every team has injuries and things, but to infuse some young players, I think for me, personally, that's been a lot of fun to see, and let them go through their growing pains, but to have some veterans around them to kind of help them along the way too.
Dave, just quickly, just with the veterans you guys have brought in and how the roster is constructed, does it seem to be that just that veteran leadership and how they play and how they go about their business every day is proven to be just incredible?
Yeah, absolutely, because you just can't quantify effort and intentional practice, and we have a slew of guys that have done it over the course of many years. And so the standard is set, and everyone's got to follow it. Thanks, guys.